How's it going, you guys? So today I decided to knock a couple of things off of my goal list for the week while I do cardio. And in this video I'm going to be discussing some of the top benefits of anaerobic exercise. So most people already know that anaerobic exercise has a number of benefits for body composition and for physical health. But what is not commonly talked about is the nootropic benefits of anaerobic or cardiovascular activity. I've touched on this in many of my previous videos that I've recorded over the last 5 years. I'm going to touch on it again today. So, the number one most important benefit of cardiovascular activity for mental health and nootropic benefits is its effect on boosting a chemical or a peptide in your brain known as brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Now what is that? That's BDNF for short, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It's essentially a neuropeptide which promotes the organization of thoughts, the organization of memories in your brain. That's what you'll notice yourself. But what it really does is it boosts the effectiveness of communication between neurons. And it basically increases the effectiveness of your brain's overall organization of thoughts. And essentially, you can think of it like this. So when you have a problem in life and you notice your brain starts to create a tsunami of thoughts, and you're scatterbrained and you just feel confused and you're overwhelmed with thoughts, right? Well, what happens is if you go for a 20-minute run, studies actually show it's anywhere from 15 to 40 minutes of steady-state cardiovascular activity increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor by up to 40%. Essentially, all of these thoughts, all of the scatterbrain problems that you're dealing with that you were just confused about tends to actually work itself out during this cardiovascular activity. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor is like taking a bunch of documents in a filing cabinet that are scattered all over the place and organizing it and putting it where it needs to go. So this is just one of the many reasons why cardiovascular activity or anaerobic exercise is an essential nutrient, and it's one that most people are very deficient in. So brain-derived neurotrophic factor, that's one of the big reasons why you should be implementing anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes of high intensity or moderate cardiovascular activity in your daily routine. What's another one? Well, let's see. So everybody knows that exercise boosts your endorphins, right? And endorphins can promote everything from greater pain tolerance or, to be used as a treatment for pain, boosting the mood, relieving stress. So, endorphins basically, they promote good feelings in your body and in your brain. And it has a sort of antidepressant effect. And basically, when you are under a lot of stress or somebody that has a lot of anxiety, well, typically there's greater causes for this, but what the body wants to do is fight or flight or freeze. And freeze is an anxiety attack. That's what it is. Fighting, resisting whatever it is you're anxious about, or flight, meaning running away. And so cardiovascular activity mimics that primal urge to run away from the threat. And so essentially, whenever you're feeling an anxiety attack or anxious or stressed, what your body really needs to do is run. It needs cardiovascular activity. That's its primary preference for relieving stress. So, and that's the best way for the average lateness person to think about it is when you feel stressed, you need to run, you need to lift weights, you need to exercise at a moderate tempo for 20 to 40 minutes. And you know, this is what studies say, the amount of time, 20 to 40 minutes. But essentially, just imagine back in, you know, the 100,000 years of human evolution when a saber-toothed tiger came up out of nowhere and your life was threatened. You know, you either had to fight or run away, you know, kill it with a spear, or run away or climb a tree to, you know, get rid of the threat. And so here in our modern times, obviously everybody's stressed about being to work on time, getting fired from their job, their boyfriend or girlfriend is pissing them off, or getting cut off in traffic, or getting your sugar fix from Starbucks or something, whatever. You know, these are our modern threats, you know, where basically our life is not really in danger like it was back in those days, but the physiological response has not changed. Our biology is still looking for fight or flight, you know. And so what better way to relieve the fight or flight response than to actually give your body the metabolic behavioral action that promotes that metabolic process in your physiology, which would simply be running, walking, well, running preferably, hitting a heavy bag, you know, screaming at the top of your lungs like an idiot, no, but, you know, some kind of CrossFit training or some nonsense, whatever it is. That's one of the main reasons why cardiovascular activity and exercise in general is so important. That's why it relieves stress and it increases endorphins, and it relieves the mental chatter associated with overwhelming thought-provoking problems. So next time you're stressed, next time you feel overwhelmed, next time you just feel confused or even depressed, you know, go out, run, walk, go for a good workout, and you'll feel so much better. So what's another reason why cardiovascular activity promotes mental health benefits? Circulation to the brain, okay? So, you know, it's been shown that hunter-gatherers from the Maasai tribe, they actually had arterial calcification and beginnings of heart disease. Some of them had arteries that were something like 60% blocked. They had blockages in their arteries, but they weren't dying from heart disease because because their arteries did widen. Their body actually adapted to the arterial blockages. And why is this? Well, because they exercise, they walk or they run up to 20 miles every day. Compare that to the average American who might walk 2 miles a day if they're lucky. The point being here is that exercise actually increases your cardiovascular capacity and efficiency and promotes circulation to the brain and throughout the rest of the body. So it's very well known the health of your heart is directly related to the health of your brain. And so it only makes sense promoting circulation, promoting increased body temperature and respiration will directly increase and improve and boost the power of your mental health and well-being. And so cardiovascular activity is extremely important for brain health, for mood health, for relieving stress and the fight or flight response, and for increasing brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is a peptide in your brain directly responsible for organizing those thoughts, those overwhelming thoughts. And I've found a direct relationship between people with extreme anxiety, depression, and constant problems. They just seem like life is so overwhelming, and they're always complaining. Direct relationship between their inactivity, their sedentary lifestyle, and of course their poor nutrition habits, and just how stressed and how many problems they're actually dealing with every day. So, leave a question in the comments down below. Let me know which one of these benefits you've actually experienced, and I'll talk to you all in the next fucking video.